The African maize deficit is starting to shrink, but what impact will this have on maize prices and maize meal prices? In this week's African Agri Overview, thanks to the support of Fieldnet Pivot Watch and Collateral Management International, Jacques discuss why there is now lower demand for maize in Africa and that the deficit is starting to shrink. Then I also take a look at the latest maize prices across Africa. All in this week's episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Our goal is to work hand in hand with partners who share our mission to uplift Africa's agricultural industry. If you would like to become one of our valued partners, please make sure to contact me on the details displayed now. Together we can make a real difference in Africa's agricultural industry. One of our valued partners is Zimmatic Irrigation Systems. Make sure that you join the excitement around Fieldnet Pivot Watch now. Experience unmatched monitoring of any pivot, anytime, anywhere, offering complete peace of mind on your farm. Fieldnet Pivot Watch is not only cost effective, but it's also time saving. Ready to transform your irrigation? Contact your nearest Zimmatic dealer for a quote on Fieldnet Pivot Watch now. The latest maize prices traded as follows. Nairobi on $276 per metric ton, Kampala on $313, Kigali on $356, Dar es Salaam on $264, Lubumbashi on $450, Lusaka on $332, while the latest maize price in Harare traded on $435 per metric ton. Collateral Management International, or CMI, operates across the continent to manage and control commodities financed by financial institutions. With over a decade of experience, CMI is known for top-tier storage standards and trusted staff. They specialize in collateral management, commodity storage, stock monitoring, and inspection services, balancing security and operational value for banks and clients. CMI, your leading collateral manager in Africa. But with that, let's jump straight into the latest news on the grain markets with Jacques.
Good day viewers, this week we look at the white maize balance sheet for East, Southeast and Southern Africa. The regional balance sheet remains tight. However, it does seem as if logistical hurdles and slower than expected economic activity in some countries could shrink the expected regional deficit. Take note, numbers in this podcast are our best estimates given the limited available information at our disposal and should be seen as such. This table indicates the expected surplus and deficit countries for the region for the 2024-25 year, a period running more or less from mid-2024 to mid-2025. We have increased our South African exportable surplus to 1.5 million tonnes and the combined exportable surplus between Tanzania, South Africa and Uganda to 4.7 million tonnes. We have lowered the expected imports for 3 countries, namely Zambia, Kenya and the DRC. Slow Zambian maize meal demand reflected in slow maize import volumes, probably indicating that we could be underestimating the severe impact load shedding has on the entire economy of this country. Mining activity is significantly slower. Milling companies only running for a few hours a day. The poultry industry is significantly smaller and there are many other examples with subsequent job losses. Therefore, the average national family income probably lower. Load shedding only expected to improve from January-February at the earliest. The government-to-government deal signed in June to import 650,000 tonnes of maize from Tanzania not performing. Indications only 4,000 tonnes was delivered to the FRA depots by mid-October and some 12,000 tonnes could be in transit. We have lowered our Zambia import estimate from 1 million tonnes to 700,000 tonnes. Market guess around 150,000 tonnes has already been imported since June, mostly informally from Tanzania at an average of around 30,000 tonnes per month. We believe higher anticipated Zambia prices should see import volumes grow in due course. The Kenyan long-range maize crop that commenced harvesting late September are expected to be well above normal in size. We have lowered our Kenya import estimate from 1 million tonnes to 700,000 tonnes. The DRC is an extremely difficult country to analyse. They also signed a government-to-government import deal with Tanzania for 500,000 tonnes back in May. Very little information is forthcoming in this regard, but nothing has flowed yet. Exports to the southern DRC from Tanzania rather slow at this point as logistics are complex. Either cross Lake Tanganyika by barge or export overland via Zambia. There could be around 5,000 tonnes per month flowing via Zambia and perhaps another 5,000 tonnes by barge crossing the lake. South Africa has been exporting maize meal to the southern DRC since May 2023. Using SAGE's published data, we guess around 15,000 tonnes on average could be exported monthly. We have halved our DRC maize import estimate from 1 million tonnes to 600,000 tonnes. The import need for the deficit countries now adds up to 5.3 million tonnes. Therefore, an expected regional net deficit of 500,000 tonnes. Our net deficit has shrunk and now almost seems manageable. Relatively low international wheat prices and declining rice prices after India lifted their export ban could help to fill the gap left by the maize deficit. Also, we still feel deep-sea yellow maize imports by countries on the coast for the feed market will channel local white maize towards food markets. We are also aware Zimbabwe has booked some US white maize, which could release further pressure on the regional maize balance sheet. Next week, we will discuss the Kenya maize market, where their long-range harvest is well underway. Remember, quality information improves decision-making. Contact us for more detailed, tailored information.
Thank you, Jacques. A huge shout out to our sponsors Fieldnet, PivotWatch and Collateral Management International for making these videos and information possible for everyone. Remember, if you would like to become one of our valued partners, please contact me now, because together we can make a real difference. I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe. Thank you for watching and remember to tune in next week for more on the African grain markets.